Hello, everybody. Excuse me, and welcome to episode 1 or episode 0.1 of FRUA Designs number 2, the Realm slash the Southlands, about the series and modules that I'm going to be playing. So, if that sounds like a mouthful, let me explain. The Realm is a series of modules made by Ray Dyer for FRUA, where he combines the modules into one epic campaign. So as you can see on the left here, there's the Westlands, which is a series of campaigns. There's the Eastlands, and there's the Southlands, and then the final modules for higher levels. So we're going to be playing the Southlands. So that's where that title comes from. You play these in order, from first to last, with the same party throughout. So let's take a look at these. The first module up is Introduction. So the reason I picked the Southlands is because I want to check out his Temple of Elemental Evil, Sinister Secret of Saltmarsh, White Plume Mountain, Tomb of the Lizard King. There's a lot of good ones on this list. So these are also classic D&D pen and paper conversions. If you didn't notice by now, these are all conversions of classic Dungeons & Dragons adventures. So we're going to be playing the Southlands, and our first module up will be Game 00 Introduction. So let's read a little bit about it in the FAQ. Okay, so in what order do I play the game? My first answer is in whatever order you want. This is part of the fun of the Realm. You can piece together a UA campaign just as you would a pen and paper one. There is more structured routine available, going region by region. If you check the list at the top of each region on this site, you'll find a suggested order of modules. A lot of thought went into the placement of these modules, and care was taken that the sufficient items are available to be successful throughout. For instance, near Guido's fort, which is plagued by hobgoblins, is the Lost Tower of Castanamir, where you may remember an encounter with stranded hobgoblins in the kitchen. Also, though I have reserved the most challenging adventures for the final series, which will be completed last. As Introduction explains, demons, devils, and huge bands of giants plague the Northlands, where only the bravest may tread. Alright, so naturally, there are some encounters which could not be dealt with perfectly in UA, but I assure you that I did my best to incorporate the majority of those encounters regardless one way or another. Most, and I do mean most, of the events are exactly as they appeared in the original text, in terms of the original modules. Only 2 major changes have been made. The maps have been redrawn where necessary to both fit on the map grid and compensate for UA's 30-foot line of sight. Sorry, not much I could do for those round rooms, but at the same time I hate big empty rooms that are supposed to be crowded. To avoid a Monty Hall campaign, I made a catalog of every magic item in every module I own. While this is partially for use in the items file, it also served to give me a perspective of whether a magic item should remain in a given location. The 2 factors of such a decision were, does the magic item fit here, and will the party have another chance to find at least one of these? The games start out at 0 experience. All the Realm games, no matter how difficult, start out with first level characters with 35 pieces of gold in their pockets. There are 2 reasons for this as well. This is meant to be a campaign world. When I made the bulk of these designs, I still live by the rule that, in my pen and paper campaign, every character started at first level. While that is no longer the case, the Realm does not easily allow character generation that includes gear appropriate to level. The heart of the game is based around starting at first level and then developing to higher levels. And 2, there is no way to determine what magic a party will have at a given time. It is possible that the only weapon a 3rd level party carries is a longsword +2, but that weapon would be very important in a battle with a lone gargoyle. By the same token, to make a party with all +1 equipment given them at the start would be the opposite extreme. What's all this about fine trap spells? One of the greatest pet peeves in UA is when a designer is too lazy to put in extra events for a fine trap spell. While the Realm was not perfect to say the least, I was adamant about use of this spell. If you cast fine traps, I feel safe in saying it will alert you to the presence of every mechanical trap and most magical ones. Sometimes I have to admit the magic falters when trying to detect glyphs and the like. Such things could, I suppose, be warded against detection, though. Okay, so there's new items. The realm actively discourages a party from constant searching. First of all, it doesn't make sense. If monsters are lurking around every corner, not many parties want to spend 10 minutes to travel 10 feet. So that's taken account into the realm. Should we keep a map? It's recommended, but I'm not going to because I'm playing on my tablet. And that's it for that. So we're going to be playing the Southlands. Our first module that we're doing is Introduction, which is the introduction to every realm campaign. And then we're going to go into Game 35, Ref 5 Skeletons. So let's at least read about the game 00 Introduction. In Introduction, you make your characters and save them as the base.cch files you will use throughout your time in the realm. Introduction also provides a background and explains the history of the conglomerate world of the realm. In the realm, you will find pieces of the Forgotten Realms, the world of Greyhawk, the D&D world of Mystara, and, if you're not careful, even a piece of Ravenloft. And it's now updated to include 9 mini-adventures. So I'll make a new video for each module we go to, so when I get to Ref 5 Skeletons, I'll make another video talking about that module. But this will be the only video about the realm as a whole. So I wanted to put this information out there so you guys know what's going on. I will eventually probably play the East and the West too, but we're going to start with South. And go from there. So stay tuned. We're going to make a party of 6 that's going to go on an epic campaign. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to get into a lot of adventure. And this is really interesting stuff. If you're an RPG fan, you'll definitely want to watch my playthrough of these, because they're all going to be very good. Ray makes very good modules. As you can see here, a lot of his are very highly rated as some of the best FRUA designs available. So I will see you there, and thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more. So long.